Are there so many more illnesses in the world now because of wrong sounds, negative sounds and positive ions? And is it the same for allergies? I think that a lot of the negative sound in our environment is not causing illness, but predisposing the body to illness. Because, as I was explaining about the cells, that when negative sound hits the body, we cringe. And if there is a lot of negative sound, which there often is, even arrhythmic music to the heart, like heavy metal or something, or certain drum beats, which are jarring, makes us tense. If we have the fridge noise constantly on, the cells tense up and go out of shape and go like a football punctured going down, and they get twisted. Then the life force, the prana, cannot move through the cellular system correctly because they're not pumped up to their correct frequency. So therefore, stuff like cancer, which is basically some kind of fungus that metamorphoses into different forms, that creates cancer in cells that are not fully operational. And so every day we have anxieties, we are thinking about the future, we are worried about this and that, we get angry for nothing at all, and all these negative emotions are causing a densification and a condensing of the shape of the cells. And so every day we need something to keep up the cells pumped to their correct frequency. And that is the use of the mantra and the mantric alphabet, which will charge every cell if you breathe and intone correctly. And as I've said, we've had a lot of success with cancer and other problems because of using the voice correctly and making the cells energized. So you can stave off a lot of incipient diseases which are lurking first in the mental body before it settles into the cellular system, which has become deranged by bad eating, too much sweet stuff, bad combinations of foods, and negative sounds and negative thought processes. Again, allergies, we predispose the body through weakness that makes us begin to be allergic to certain substances, whereas normally the body has its own flushing through system. When you realize that we have at least 4.5 pounds of bacteria in our bodies at any one given time. Now, when the body starts to become depleted, or we're taking in the wrong kind of foodstuffs, then it creates a wonderful environment for the bacteria to proliferate and become negative in your system and create problems. Otherwise, they are flushed through with no problem whatsoever in our normal state of health. So we could remain dynamic if we continuously worked with these sound frequencies which awaken light in consciousness, put light into your body and in your cells, and dynamize the whole system. So it's a very important thing to strengthen your body. I eat like a bird, and people can't understand how strong that I am. usually I can go on longer than many meat eaters, because they are stuffing their bodies with parasitic bacteria. As soon as any animal is killed, the parasitic bacteria starts to proliferate in the dying cells and in the bloodstream. So you're taking in all that negative stuff, plus the consciousness, the terror, the fear of animals in slaughterhouses. As soon as they smell blood, they freak out. And we're only eating vegetarian creatures. We don't eat cheetahs and dogs and cats. We eat vegetarian animals. So meat eaters are actually second-hand vegetarians. All the big animals, the horses, the oxes, the elephants, etc., they're all vegetarians. So why not get the vegetable energy direct from nature as they do? They don't have to eat meat protein to build muscles. Their muscles come directly from the sunlight and the vegetation. And so do we. We have no necessity to have anything slaughtered on our behalf. That is bringing the negativity down. We're partaking in karma of other people when we eat meat killed by slaughterhouse people. And if you've ever seen any video of what goes on in a slaughterhouse, you would not eat anything that once had eyes. I put a film on Facebook and nobody could go past the first minute. I wanted them to see the whole process of the horrendous thing. They're not human, these people who work in a slaughterhouse. What they do to these animals, unbelievable. And that's supposed to be in civilized countries. God knows what goes on in the third world countries.
Mos, can you say something about genetic illnesses? Genetic illnesses? Carried out as a caused or what?
No. There are certain elements in the gene and the DNA that can carry elements down the line genetically, but you are a different being, and your inner character can overcome the genetic problem. So just because your father had gout doesn't mean to say you're going to get gout, because you have a different diet, you have a different spiritual attitude in life, and so forth. My father had cancer of the intestine, and my mother had her breasts off, but I don't get cancer because I'm on a different path. Unless I'm getting radiation from microwaves or something like that, but of course I won't have one in my house. In Russia they're banned because they know that they're causing cancer. 20-second exposure to a microwave oven opening. The rats in experiments lose their memories completely. You're getting a whole dose of radiation, and you're radiating the food with cancerous, carcinogenic stuff. So it's really a bad thing altogether. My contention is that the less you eat, the more fit you are. Anyone in their 70s don't need to have a great paunch or a beer belly unless they haven't eaten sanely and moderately and not mix things which are not compatible together. So I want to show that in the 70s you can still be fit, eating as little as possible. Okay. Not bad for somebody getting close to 80.